Hello everyone, welcome to a special request. We're going to jumpstart this a little bit. I know that there's still one more episode of Zeus to do, but Real 23 Lions asked if I could do a slash Hercules episode. And originally my plan was to do the Zeus episode, which was mid lane Zeus in Conquest, and then move on to Hercules and just start with the Hercules slash, but some stuff came up I haven't been able to record, so we're going to jump ahead a little bit, do the Hercules slash, and then go back to Zeus. Part of this is because I've been trying to get mid lane Zeus, and of course mid lane is a very popular role, so it's been kind of tough getting that, and getting a game in which people don't rage quit. That's my struggles with that aren't really too important, but it has been a little difficult. So to kind of maybe save the frustration of trying to get that game, we'll do the Hercules episode. So Hercules is a bit interesting. Why do we not have a guardian? Do people not know Lancelot is an assassin? I detect there's going to be an issue here. All right. So this is going to be fairly interesting because we're going to be building Hercules a little tankier than we normally would. So we're going to lean really heavily on the old good old defense here. So we're going to have to and we have so many physicals. This is going to go very badly. I just want you to be aware. But these are going to be mostly covering general things you're going to want to keep in mind when playing Hercules in slash anyways. Have people forgotten how to build teams? The enemy team has the same problem. That's really good for me. That's probably going to save my life, honestly. Alright, so we're going to... The only downside to this is that the build that I'll be using in this match will be slightly atypical of what you would normally expect to see on Hercules in Slash. Now, a lot of people say a lot of things. Everyone has their own personal preference for starter items. I personally prefer Warrior's Axe, typically. In this particular instance, I'm going to be going for Sundering Axe, in theory. But we also have to keep in mind that we don't have a regular front line. So, we are instead going to go... no, that's not really going to make a big difference. We're just going to go with the Warrior's Axe, and we're going to lay right into... Breastplate of Valor is going to be our first move. We're also going to pick up Blink as our... My mouse is not set correctly. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. And everyone else. Gotta keep in mind everyone. Okay, so now that we finally have everything all sorted, we're going for Breastplate of Valor primarily for the cooldowns and the physical. This is something you're commonly going to be building even with a more balanced enemy team composition. Now keep in mind that there is a secondary reason why Warrior's Axe is so good. Also, I have no idea what Lancelot does, so I'm not sure how to necessarily back him up. We do have a very specific secondary reason to be building Warrior's Axe, but that's not going to be relevant for quite some time. We're not really going to worry about that at this particular juncture. We're just going to go ahead and save lives. No, we're not going to die ourselves. Okay. That was what I was concerned about. But she hits like a wet noodle. So, why are we going for Breastplate of Valor first? Well, you probably assumed correctly that the cooldowns have something to do with it, and they do. But there's also the MP5, which is really going to help you maintain a decent amount of your health, your self-heal there, your protection buff. That's all going to help maintain that throughout an extended combat scenario. That didn't quite work out the way I expected it to. The Ratatosk gear is dangerous, because he absorbs protections. Oh no, he doesn't. Well, that depends on what specific acorn he's using. I gotta get out of here before I die. Vulcan tried, he really did. Shout out to Vulcan for the attempt. But we need the MP5 out of this. It's not a lot of MP5, but it can make a difference in the early to mid game. You'd be very surprised. In the late game, combine that with a couple of other choice items, and you're really going to be rolling. But for now, we are going to be running with Breastplate of Valor. Who is this complete lunatic? It's Lancelot. Of course it is. Why he was that deep, I'll never know. No, you are paranoid. You are backing up so fast. Alright. At this point, we're just kind of looking for individual picks. What are you all doing here? Get out of my face. Oh, alright. I'm in mild trouble. She did not take advantage. Fair enough. She played that smarter than I was expecting. I thought she was going to go after me, but if she had, she would have found herself in a very dangerous position because I could have theoretically driven her under the tower very easily if she had played that wrong. She made the correct move backing up like that. What's kind of funny though is she was clearly expecting her allies to do something with me, and they didn't. They didn't care. So we're just gonna go on ahead and I just don't know what Lancelot does. What is this? I know that's his ult. I know that much. I can recognize an ult when I see one, but I don't quite understand what that was supposed to do. Whatever it was, he did it way too late. What are you... Why are you ulting? This is not... Yeah, see, if I had a little bit more mana there, I could have grabbed him again. Oh, that's cool. Oh, he stays on the horse for a while. Okay, I see. It's a two-hit ult type thing going on here. Interesting. Okay. He seems to be ability-based then, not auto-attack-based, but I could be wrong. I haven't had time to actually examine his kit. That was a good steal. I don't need you, Scylla. I'm sorry. I don't mean that in a mean way, but I really did not need the backup there. I had that completely down pat. I don't have the mana for this. We're going to just back up. We have a Juggernaut. We can use that to get back here in record time. Dear Tread. Now, considering they're... we're going to go for... What's Ratatoskir building? Abilities, protections. Okay, he's not going auto attacks. Alright, yeah, we'll go ahead and stick with that. My next item, only specifically because of their team comp, I'm going to grab Gladiator's Shield. Because my Mitigate Wounds does increase my protections as well, it actually is really helpful for increasing my damage output. Save the rock, save the rock. There it is. Oh, I mistimed that. If I was a little faster on that reaction, I could have gotten something there. Goodbye. We're just gonna walk. Walk, don't run. What are you doing? Okay, you're actually killing people, so that's cool. Whoops. Didn't see that there. The power of Mitigate Wounds. Alright. Now, you'll notice that I'm not being super picky about where I'm pushing people. I'm just trying to basically get the push and then to just kind of capitalize from there. If I was playing a more supportive role, which I probably should be, but I'm not for demonstration purposes, I would be a little bit more concerned about that, because I've seen people actually have a recorded episode that I just haven't released of Support Hercules. And in that episode, which you'll eventually see down the road, I talk about how as a support Hercules, you have to be much more aware of where you're pushing people and where you are positioned in relation to your allies. Oh, you were too late on that, son. And now you're just dead because you have 0 escape. I should have seen that coming. I should have seen that coming. He walked back into my rock twice. Alright. What are you going to do, Tyr? What are you going to do? I completely whiffed that. That's fine. What is he, salty? Because I didn't save him? What is this? Alright, guy. Fair enough. Oh, she went specifically for me? Alright. Oh, that's good. Good play. Good play. I'll be able to get Glad Shield. Alright, now my next move is going to surprise some of you, but at this particular point in time... Should I get beads? That's not really going to do much good, is it? Shoot, what should I get? I think Horrific Emblem. At this point, and this is the one item that I don't care how tanky you're building Hercules, you should always get. My next item is Hydra's Lament. Because you actually have the ability with Hydra's Lament to dish out absolutely incredible amounts of damage. You hit them with the Earthbreaker, you hit them with an auto attack while they're in the air. You driving strike them, you hit them again. My accuracy is just not there today. You heal yourself, by the way, Hydra's Lament. Done deal. No Tyr. I whiffed that too. And he sprints. Fair enough. I wasted my Horrific Emblem. He wasted his sprint. Somebody wasted their sprint. Who wasted that? It was Ratatoskir. Okay, fair enough. I'll take that, because why the hell not? I know you think just because you're building tanky, you're going to be able to, I don't know, do something there, but you clearly are not tanky enough. What are you building? Okay, he's going for the health one. That's a mistake. Right now, the meta favors the protection one a little bit more. Because there's less... penetration is a little harder to come by nowadays. Come on, Dodgy. That was a rookie move. And now you're salty and you're going to ult me? Is that what's happening here? Yeah, pretty much. And it still wasn't enough. Come on. Oh, hold on. I can't see. There we go. Missed that. That's fine. Whoop. Back it up. We have a Juggernaut, so I can just teleport back up here without any kind of issue. Start working on a Hydra's Lament here. Ta-da! Hello. Did I hit you? Not even remotely. There you go. Hold on, we can straight take this. Tyr, what are you doing? Daji, what are you doing? Really? You should know better than this, Daji. You really should. We've gone through this twice before. I whiffed that. I kind of whiffed that. He at least did that while my mitigate wounds was on. That's gonna kill me. No, it's not. He's trying so hard. There he goes. He died for it. Who was worth more? We are about worth the same, actually. I'll be really honest. Okay, now we have Hydra's Lament. Again, you can input a extremely large amount of damage using this, even if you don't have much in the way of power, because guess what? Your passive gives you power. And decent amounts of power, too. At max stacks of 3 at max level, you're getting 66 power, which isn't that bad. Now, at this particular point, I've got a couple of choices. Well, I normally would have a couple of choices, but considering the enemy team composition, there really aren't that much in the way of choices here. Why would I retreat again? When I'm not in danger. Why? Tell me why I would retreat. Yeah? Hydra's Lament driving strike. Come on. There you go. Behold the damage output I can input with Hydra's Lament. It really is disgusting. That was a great example of how much damage you can really do with this bad boy here. Even if it doesn't seem like you're doing a lot, it really stacks up quickly. That was nice. That was a very nice job. We don't want to. We don't want this. Our damage is leaving. We don't have the ability to take a Phoenix. Neither of us have the kind of auto-attacking potential for that. Why on earth you want this now, I don't know. Are you okay? You are not okay. Why are we... Dear... I'm pretty sure he's building. He is not building hybrid. Okay. Tear. Tear. Not only that, but Daji missed. And you needed her to hit that. No, you don't. No. You don't get out of here with that. I still hit you with my auto attack. Behold the rock. Get slowed. Go ahead, ult me. Oh, I still got killed. He still killed me. He was really determined. He's got a glad shield. That's why I died. Fair enough. But is he going to die for it? Yeah, he is. Now, I am going to specifically build Mantle of Discord. Normally, I would get something a little bit more aggressively magic protection. Great options are Genji's Guard. Bulwark of Hope is really fantastic. Actually, Bulwark of Hope is one of my favorite magic protection items to build on him because normally when you build Bulwark of Hope, you can use that health shield that you get to heal yourself back up using Mitigate Wounds, and it really gives you an absolute unholy amount of longevity. The only reason I'm not building that is, once again, because they only have the one magic, and because it's just a regular mage, he dies very quickly, even to me with very little penetration and power. I'm assuming that they're just going to go for this, and I can probably interrupt this and make their life miserable. Peekaboo. Peekaboo. What, you think you're tough enough to take me on? Guess again, children. Yeah, he's gonna evac. She's gotta evac. You gotta call the big boys, huh? You think that's gonna help you? I didn't think so. Oh, Tyr's coming back in for the fight. I'm gonna dive to Vulcan specifically, but... That was silly. It took way too much effort for them to kill me. Alright. So now we're basically expounding with physical protections at this point. Glad Shield's gonna hit pretty damn hard. Now, at this particular point, you have another choice that you can theoretically make. Also, by the way, if I were building magic protections, I would have built that in the third slot, not Glad Shield. So, theoretically speaking, starter item, I personally prefer Warrior's Axe. Physical protection, I, again, usually prefer Breastplate of Valor. Magic protection, I like Bulwark of Hope, although there are times that when I've used Genji's Guard. Longer lasting modes are modes with bigger resource crunch, like Assault or Conquest. I'm more likely to pick Genji's Guard, but in modes like Slash or Arena, I'm more likely to pick Bulwark of Hope because that's going to keep me alive longer, and I'm really not going to need the MP5 quite as much. That's generally how that goes. I'm not sure what you were expecting there. What are you people doing? I'm distracting two of their damage dealers, and you guys are doing what exactly? Yeah, that was fairly predictable. Now this is, you just saw why I like Mantle of Discord as my dual protection item when I do feel the need to build that. You gonna follow me, Tyr? What are you doing? You are. You did. You made a mistake with it, but you did. I can't believe he did that. He should know better. He really should. What is the lifesteal build like on these people? Alright. Alright. Fair enough. Now, what I was contemplating there was whether or not I wanted Shield of Regrowth for the move speed and the cooldowns, or if I wanted Caduceus Shield. I chose Caduceus Shield for primarily two reasons. First, if you'll notice, I'm actually overcapped on my cooldowns. This is unfortunately a side effect of what I've got built. And that's okay, at least for now. But the Mantle of Discord, as you notice, when I got low on health, it stunned the people attacking me, and I was in a... that created, by itself, the opportunity to hit them with the Wombo combo of Tower plus Driving Strike. I'm just going to slip on in behind these people. They're not even going to know I'm coming. Yes, they are. There we go. You don't need a lot of power to make Hercules work, in all honesty. What do you think you're doing, punk? Actually, we're going to hit you first. Behold. The Wombo combo. With Hydra's Lament. Always. I don't care what you're trying to accomplish. Always build Hydra's Lament on Hercules. This is not something that is up for debate. It is the one item you should always build if you are Hercules. Without exception. I'm still going to die here. Oh, no, I'm not. Well, probably yes. No. Am I going to survive this? You going to mess with me? You are. He still killed me, but she's going to do some damage. She might be able to... No, Daji's there. Fair enough. We're going to get the Caduceus Shield. Now, my next move is to upgrade to Sundering Axe. Again, and this is where I'm going to actually talk about the combo between the Axe and Hydra's Lament. You've probably figured out, oh yeah, doing an extra 2% of their 2% minimum of their current health while they're, you're slapping them around every 10 seconds stacked with Hydra's Lament. That's pretty damaging. Yes, it is. It's abnormally potent, and that's really, once again, going to allow me to put out a surprising amount of damage while maintaining high defense. I'm actually going to have to pop down Mantle Discord here. That's just going to be too much. I'm already overcapped on my physical protections right now. That's going to get worse when I evolve my axe. As wonderful as Mantle Discord is, I don't need it. I am going to just go with the Bulwark of Hope. I think that's going to do me... Well, it does give me also an opportunity to show you kind of the benefits of both items. And it comes down to your personal preference. In this particular scenario, I'm stacking physical protections enough at this point where I don't think I need any more. Again, I'm overcapping when I mitigate wounds. I really don't need as many protections as I'm toting around here. Can we just really quickly take this? Now, you can auto-attack cancel when you're going for camps like this. Your third auto-attack does have quite a decent after wind-up. We actually got enough money where we can finish off Sundering Axe. We're going to do that. And we're just going to go over here and see what we can do with this. Well, Uller died, so not much. Alright. Are they coming after on her? What's the situation here? What do we... Punks. Come on. What are we doing back here? Can I have a clear and distinct explanation of what exactly is going on here? Oh, I whiffed that horrifically. That was terrible. Vulcan, you okay? I'm surprised she got that ult off that fast. That was impressive. It is by no means going to save her life. Oop. Goof that. Come here, son. What, the table's turned? You're leaving? Shame on you. Ah, well, I've got a Juggernaut to kill anyways. You back off, Tyr. I'm still here. And I will kill you. Don't doubt it, Tyr. At least you learned from last time. My goodness. Okay, now I'm out of here. I gotta sell my Mantle Discord. I gotta get Bulwark of Hope. This is just going absolutely nutsoid. And upgrade these. Oh, at least that. Excellent, excellent. Now, you might be wondering, well, Shield of Regrowth is an old strategy, but why is it so popular on Hercules? Well, simply put, Hercules really wants the move speed to position a little bit better for his driving strike. If you're playing support Hercules, it's even more important in case you make a mistake with your wombo combo. You maybe push yourself right into the middle of the enemy before your team is ready, for instance. You want that movement speed to get you back out of there. Because I don't care how tanky you are, you get surrounded by enough lunatics with protection reduction, there's going to be problems. Why are you fighting me? She should know better than that, really. What's going on back here? Reditusk here. Reditusk here. Slippery little fella, aren't you? Not slippery enough, though. He got too jukey. If you juke too much, and that's something that isn't talked about enough. If you juke too much, you wind up not juking at all. It's this juking is a very fine balance between moving side to side and moving in a very specific direction. And the Ratatoskir was moving side to side too much and not moving in a specific enough direction to make it out of that alive. Yeah, I can take it from here. Don't worry about it. I'm practically overcapping on literally everything. Alright, here comes... Oh, we're going to retreat this? Considering your health condition, I can understand why you would be apprehensive about the prospect. Oh, good play, good play. Good play. We're still kicking their ass until they got full reinforcements. It's the Vulcan that's killing me. Well, that and the combination. Ratatoskir is pulling my protections away, I believe. No, he is with his spin to win. That reduces my protections. Actually, Daji ulted me. Alright, now that all burning questions have been answered, off we go. We're going to grab Potion of Power because that's going to make our... No, we're not going to surrender this. We don't need to surrender this. We're fine. That did not work at all, but that's fine. I mean, that is going to be the end of the match, but I was able to demonstrate the awesome power of Hercules. Now, the real issue here with this match was that none of the teams were particularly good, but they had two front lines. The Ratatoskir made the extremely intelligent strategic decision to build tank when he realized that Tyr was going to be going defense alone. Alright? I was the only frontliner there because Lancelot did not build protections, and I don't know... We're going to actually have a talk about this. We're going to look at Lancelot together. It's actually why I haven't looked at Lancelot yet. But they had two front lines in the form of Ratatoskir, who did a great job, and Tyr, who did a good job. He made some mistakes early game that he did learn from later on. Daji never learned. And the Vulcan, because he was the only source of magic damage on the team, he did really well as a result. Same thing with Scylla. And Lancelot seems to have not realized that the problem with the Anhur and the Uller wasn't their gameplay or anything. It was just that because of our team comp, Ratatoskir and Tyr could get away with a large quantity of physical protection. Now, Tyr went a little heavier on the magic protections than maybe would have been advisable. He has 2 here, and I think given our team composition, 1 would have been better off. I think he would have been better off with Bulwark of Hope and just skip Genji's Guard, to be honest, or vice versa. Genji's Guard would have given him 30% cooldowns total, so that would have been really good. I don't know why he has infused Sigil. That's a bit of a strange choice here. In terms of damage, he would have been better off with something else. I know that it does the explosive damage here and that it has the dual protections here, but it still strikes me as being a bit of an odd choice given the circumstances. I mean, we had 2 hunters here. Alright, with 2 hunters, I think he would have been better off with something else defensively. Mild criticism on his build. His gameplay was good, but the Ratatoskir absolutely did fantastic. But, yeah, it comes down to the fact that I was the only front line, so while Lancelot and I did really well, the rest of the team really kind of suffered, and Scylla only went positive because, again, she was facing much less magic protections than she normally would. Ratatoskir only built 1 magic protection item for that specific reason. Tyr went a little overboard with his, but that's kind of what kept him alive and had him do really well. And as a result of this, we died because our back line couldn't stay alive long enough because they only had 1 person on the front lines. Now, what I want to examine really quick, kind of a bonus, is Lancelot. I'm more concerned about his abilities. Lancelot receives 1 stack for a god kill assist and 1 stack for every 5 minion kills. While mounted, each stack provides increased move speed. While unmounted, each stack provides reduced basic attack damage received from directly in front. Okay. That's cool. So wait. He can build like a warrior then, is what you're saying. This is what I'm hearing. Lancelot does a quick dash and thrust forwards with his lance. He deals damage to enemies in his path and those hit by the extending lance. If he hits an enemy, he may dash again. This is basically the thrust from Achilles. Basically, except it's not a dodge. He just does a thrust. It's kind of like a combination between Achilles thrust and the Nemesis dash, basically. Skilled strikes. Lancelot slams his shield into enemies in a small area in front of him. This is Achilles' slap, dealing damage and knocking them back with the knockback attached. He follows up this attack with a sweep of his lance, dealing damage again, and bonus damage to enemies that are further away. So it's the Achilles shield slam with an extra sweep after the fact. Not bad. Mount up. Lancelot mounts onto his trusty steed, charging forwards with increased move speed. While on his horse, Lancelot gains a health shield that builds over time and his abilities change. Lancelot can cancel this ability to dismount normally, which will not trigger a cooldown. If Lancelot's health shield is depleted, he is forced off his horse. While mounted, Lancelot is immune to CC effects except stuns. Interesting. Okay, I'm still seeing the potential for good tanking possibilities. Grand Joust, mounts and rears up. His large jousting list, crippling enemies in the area, charges, dealing damage, and refreshing his mounted health shield. Yeah, I'm seeing where he could very easily have built a hybrid attack defense build and chose not to, which is kind of what crippled us. But yes, I want you to be aware of, I don't know why this is here, this really should be here. Hydra's Lament is something you always build. I don't care what mode, I don't care what role you're trying to fill. This one item on Hercules is going to be the entire, well, not the entirety, but a vast majority of your offensive output. Again, when combined with this, I believe it's the Sundering Axe, correct? Yeah. Wait a minute. You're getting kind of weird and specific about this. Where's the... You're not going to show me now? Okay, that's fine. No? Did I accidentally kill that? Whatever. I want to get the specific name of the axe. The Sundering Axe. This, combined with Hydra's Lament, is incredibly high damage output. If you're building support Hercules, you're obviously going to go with Sentinel's Gift, but Hydra's Lament is going to be the brunt of your offense, and you should always have that, even if you are a support Hercules. Glad Shield and Hydra's Lament is going to be all the damage you need, whether you're solo, whether you're support. Now, there is a caveat. If you are facing a large amount of healers on the enemy team, people who self-heal, people who heal in general, whatever, you do have a choice of whether you want to go with Brawler's Beatstick for a little bit more damage, or if you want to go with one of the anti-heal auras. That is your choice. As a former support main, and commonly still a support main, I personally prefer to use an aura, but sometimes I will break out the Brawler's Beatstick in the right situations. So you do 100% have that option. Again, if you really need the move speed, the Shield of Regrowth makes for a really excellent move, especially if you're support Hercules, and particularly if you're new to support Hercules. Again, I didn't have to be quite as cautious as a support Hercules would be, because I was building Warrior Hercules, and keep in mind, even as a Warrior Hercules, I only built one pure offense item, and still managed to dish out impressive amounts of damage. But a support Hercules has to be a bit more careful with where he's putting enemies and where he's putting himself. Positioning is even more vitally important to a support Hercules. Alright, that cannot be understated. There is no understatement of that. It just, there is nothing you can understate there. If you're a support Hercules, your positioning is the most important thing. But either way, Hydra's Lament, Gladiator's Shield. Gladiator's Shield is optional if the enemy team has a magic-heavy composition, and even then, often, you can still use Gladiator's Shield as your only form of physical protections, because keep in mind, towers and minions, and I believe Phoenixes Phoenixes do magic damage now, I think. Towers and minions and the Titans still do physical damage, so you'll still want some physical protections. So even in an all-magic comp, you'll still want some form of physical protection. Gladiator's Shield really does the job nicely, especially since 40 physical protections is okay, 10% cooldown is really nice, the health is really nice, the passive is beautiful. So that is really where you're going with this. Slash is really good for Hercules, because you get to kind of freeform your purpose in that match. You want to go Warrior, you can do that. You want to go a little tankier and be a supporty Hercules, you can do that too. Your positioning, of course, will become more important then, but we've already talked about that. I've seen people try to make auto-attack Hercules work. That's kind of iffy. That's very inconsistent. Is it possible? Yes. I just wanted to kind of address this. I don't play it myself because I feel it underutilizes the really shining points of Hercules as a character. But you can do that. I've seen it work. It will take practice. You will need to readjust your entire approach to playing Hercules. And I don't recommend it because I just think that this particular method, this particular type of build with Hydra's Lament, Gladiator's Shield, and a whole bunch of protections is just far more effective with Hercules than any auto-attacking build will ever be. But I just wanted to kind of address it because I have seen it, and I'm just kind of expecting a couple of questions on that just in case. Just cover the bases here. But that's about it on mostly Hercules and just a splash of Lancelot in there. Thank you all very much for joining me. If you liked this, please like and subscribe. If you didn't, please ignore me. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, ideas, suggestions, or requests, please leave them down in the comment section below. And thank you all very much for joining me, and have a great 24 hours.